Good evening, everybody. Bob Fitzgerald, Brave Haven Media. We're glad you're here with us tonight. We're going to recap some things from the past week's show and then build that into tonight's show. We've got some great things planned for you, so stay tuned. We'll be rolling in just a minute. We're going to listen to a little bit of this introductory music, and then we'll get rocking and rolling with some important stuff from Brave Haven Media and our sponsor tonight, West Valley City Fire Department. Grateful for their help. All right, everybody. As you remember, if you tuned into last week's show, we talked about exit drills in the home, which is a very great and wonderful program to help teach your family how to get out of your house safely. It's just got some great, some great safety tips there. Well, interestingly enough, over the weekend, West Valley City Fire Department had 2 fires, and I am the fire marshal there in West Valley and was able to go out and shoot a little bit of video. The first video that we're going to watch tonight is of the night of the fire. It was shot with my iPhone, so it's a little bit shaky and not really good quality. And then I went there earlier today just to kind of show you some of the key things that will happen to a house in a fire. It is amazing the damage and the things that can happen there. So we're going to talk for a minute, just a little recap of exit drills in the home. First thing we want to remember, smoke tries to go up, so we should always try to stay low in smoke and get out. Have 2 ways out of each room in your home. Please, please, please have working smoke detectors and have that very important meeting place. That's Operation Edith in a nutshell. Now let me read you just a little bit of information about this house fire that happened in West Valley early in the morning, Sunday morning, about 2 o'clock in the morning is when the fire came in. And just let me read you this article. West Valley family narrowly escapes as fire destroys home. An early morning house fire in West Valley City left a family homeless. The resident heard a crackling noise and got out of bed to investigate. She found smoke coming from one of the utility rooms. She quickly woke up other family members to get them out. One of the family members left the door to the utility room open, and the fire quickly spread through the home. One young boy had to be pulled out of his window in order to get out. Captain Rob Huffman and Engine 7-3 were the first to arrive. They could see this fire from a few blocks away, so it was rolling quite well. Now, when fire crews arrived, the house was well involved, with smoke and flames coming from the front doors and windows, as well as from the back of the house. The decision for an offensive fire attack was made, and crews were able to quickly gain control of this destructive fire. The fire is currently under investigation, and damage to the home is estimated to be about $100,000. And actually, it'll be more than that because that home is completely destroyed. Smoke detectors were present, according to the resident there, but she was so frantic and worried that she didn't really even know if they had activated. Now, there is the prime example. 2 o'clock in the morning. Family is asleep. And it's so fortunate that this mother heard something that woke her up. She said she's a light sleeper to begin with, but she heard something. She described smoke coming from that utility room. We've got some video, and I am going to get ready to play that video for you. Let me bring this up. And we're going to start this video and let it run. It takes just a few minutes, and there's some commentary in there. But we will go ahead and get that going if I can get myself to work. All right. Enjoy this video. Just there's some comments in here. Listen to that, and we'll just kind of go from there. Emergency scene there with the crews working. We get some commentary by George Crew here in just a minute. Okay, early morning house fire here in West Valley City. We had
family of 5 here in this home. As you can see, if you can see inside that front door, there's still a little bit of flames going on there. We have the bedroom window where one of the occupants was taken out of that front bedroom window. As mentioned before, we do have a little bit of fire still working on the inside. In there, you can't really see it with my camera. We'll try and get a better look. That window right there where that gentleman's looking in is the window that they took the little boy out of. They had a hard time waking him up. They did get him out. We've got medical crews checking on the little boy right now. I'm going to work around the back side of the house, see if we can see a little bit better view of the fire. Maybe get a little bit different perspective of things here. Okay, here we go. Okay, fire is coming out of this window here also. And not much, it's too dark to really be able to see anything. Yeah, too dark to be able to see anything there in the back also. Kind of an eerie look there into the fire.
Get a little place back there for a look at.
All right. Go back in the backyard for a second. We'll take a look at some of the flames here. Again, this is Fire Marshal Bob Fitzgerald from West Valley City Fire Department. Just a little bit of fire still working right here. This looks like the kitchen area. A little bit of fire working right there in the corner. Crews are just coming with a hose line. They'll put a little wet stuff on the red stuff. One of the firefighters coming right there to just douse that little bit of fire.
I'm just watching this along with you folks. Feel free to call in anytime, 800-716-1940. I'd love to talk to you, take your questions, answer your questions.
As you can see, still quite a bit of smoke and steam coming off this house. It'll be a little while before we actually will be able to release any crews from this fire. And just kind of the eerie. Thanks for the warning.
One of the firefighters squirted me there.
It has got doused by one of the firefighters there with a hose line. Walking back up front to where the commander is. Should have just stayed, huh? Okay, I'm going to turn that off.
Okay, so there you have it. That is what the fire scene looked like just right after the fire had been put out. Again, family of 5 lived there. There was a mom, 3 kids, and a friend was staying over. The mother woke up at about 2 o'clock to a noise, and she found smoke coming from the utility room. Someone else opened that door, and the fire quickly spread through the house and just pretty much gutted that house. And my goodness, we're just grateful that they were able to get everybody out and everybody out safely. The crews did a great job when they got there of extinguishing the fire and getting control of that and making sure that no one else was hurt and that we had a good outcome. I'm going to get ready to load up this other video here. So hang on one sec. Okay, now this portion of video, remember last week we talked about Operation Edith and exit drills in the home. Well, this portion of the video is when I went back there today, and I just kind of went through with my camera and took some video of the damage and the destruction that is very common in this home, in a house fire. Now, this is a fairly small house, probably about 1,100 square feet total, if that. One of the things I want you to keep a lookout for is watch the difference between where a bedroom door was closed and the doors that are open. So we're going to go ahead and play this video. Let me bring the right screen up for you guys. Okay, now here we go with this one. All right, enjoy this one. Here we go. All right, this is a house fire that we had on 2890 West Lehigh Drive in West Valley City. Fire came in at about 2 o'clock in the morning. When fire crews around, they found fire coming out that front door, that front window, and a lot of smoke billowing out of that window, and with some fire coming out of the back of the house also. We're going to walk up and take a look on the inside of the home, just so you can kind of get a view of the damage that goes on here. Before I go in, I just want to point out, you can see that the fire had burnt off all of the paint on this aluminum siding. Quite a bit of damage. This window that I'm focusing on right now is where I believe it was a 9-year-old boy was taken out of that window. I'm not sure of the age, but that is the room that he was taken out of. When we get inside, I'll kind of show you that room in a little more detail, and we'll go from there. So we're going inside right now. All right, as the camera adjusts here to the lighting, you can see, boy, just they had to tear all the sheetrock off the walls, off of the ceiling, and you can see the damage up there. You can see how well the sheetrock protected there, but right up here you can see where fire ran that course right there and out the eave. A lot of damage on the interior of this home. Take a look, there's a fireplace over there. You can see the remainder of a chair. You can see all the debris that was left by the destruction of the fire. There is a sofa that matches the chair, and just kind of a bird's eye view there of what that looks like and the destruction that this fire can do. You can see all the charring on the sheetrock there. You can see the front door, how it's melted. This is a metal door, what's left of a metal door. As we walk back towards the kitchen, we'll get a look of the kitchen area and the dining area, and then kind of pan around so you can see a little bit better picture of what's going on there. Fire was coming out of this window, out of that window, and again, this is the kitchen area. We'll kind of slow down the pan here a little bit, just a little bit of a pan, so you can get an idea of the destruction of fire. Now, this fire was a very fast-moving fire. You can see the top of this cabinet right here. You can see how the cabinet is just basically, the fire was eating its way down that cabinetry. Not much left, actually nothing left in this home that is going to be salvaged. One of the things that I'm excited to show you is the difference that a closed door will make in a house fire. This house fire went very quickly. We believe started in the utility room, which is what we're walking towards right now. The utility room where the washer, the dryer, the furnace, the water heater are at. That is the room right there that we believe the fire started, from what the witnesses' statements were, and definitely by the burn patterns that we see, there's an awful lot of destruction here. What the homeowner stated is that she discovered, she heard a crackling noise. She woke up to come and investigate and kind of look around and see what she could see. When she got to this room, she could see smoke coming out of this room. She immediately went and started to wake the rest of the family up and alert them and get them out of the home. There's the water heater and the furnace right there, and that is the area we're fairly sure that it started. You can see that the vent pipes here are completely melted through, so an awful lot of heat in this room. If you get a chance, I don't know how well this will show up, but I'm going to zoom in right here a little bit. You can see that alligator pattern is what we call that. That is from an awful lot of fire and an awful lot of heat in this one little room. Going back to what the owner or the resident stated, she saw the smoke, she woke everybody up. Another person that was staying in the home kind of opened this door that is nothing but a doorway right now, but opened the door, and that allowed the fire to seek out more fuel and more things to burn. This right here is a natural vent. You can kind of, that light that you're looking at is the sky, and so the fire would have worked very hard at this point to vent out here. This bedroom door right here that you see, the destruction that you see right here on this door, this is where the young man was that was kind of trapped by the fire, and that is the window that they were able to pull him out of. They had a hard time waking him up. Now I want you to look at this room. Look at the destruction in this room. Look at the ceiling. You can see all that damage. You can see the charring on the wall. You can see all the destruction. I mean, still, a lot of the things on the floor look moderately okay, but you can see how fast the fire developed and just destroyed this home. Looking back towards the living room and the kitchen again. Okay, now I'm going to focus down this hallway, just kind of letting you see some of the destruction that can happen in a house fire. Pretty miraculous that these people got out okay. All right, looking down to the end of the hall, you can see still charring, a lot of fire and heat and smoke damage. We come down here, and you can see this room. The fire actually vented through this door, got into this room, which is the bathroom. The bathroom walls and everything are fairly much intact. However, you can see the destruction on the window back there, and you can just see the amount of smoke that came through there. But look at that door. It kind of just ate right through that door. Now this, traveling just a little bit further, this is another bedroom. Again, this door was open, as you can see, and the heat and destruction got right in here. The lighting's not very good, so you can't really see too much on the interior of that room. But here's the miraculous thing that I want you to see. This next room that I'm going to show you had the bedroom door closed. It was exposed to the same amount of heat, the same amount of destruction, fire, flame, smoke, whatever it is, was pouring down this hallway, and this door was closed. Now you'll notice when I show you the door that it's got quite a bit of destruction to the door, but I want you to notice how well and how remarkable it protected this room. All right, here we go. I'm going to pan into the room. Here we go. Boom. Wow. Isn't that amazing? That it always blows my mind and just really makes me think how important it is to teach our children and to get in the habit of sleeping with our doors closed. Now this door is just a common door that you'd buy in any hardware store. It's a hollow core door, but it will protect you and give you enough time to get out your second exit. Now I'm in the bedroom right now, and I'm just going to walk in and go to this opposite corner, and I'm going to do a pan around here. And I'm looking, now you can see a bit of smoke damage and things like that. Right there, you can see quite a bit of smoke damage up there. And as you look at that door, you can see that it was getting ready to fail, but remarkably, it hadn't failed. And look at this room compared to everywhere else we've been in this house. I mean, absolutely remarkable. Just another point, everybody needs to have smoke detectors in your home. They will allow you to get out quicker and safer. Boy, if it was my family, my first exit would be the window. It's right outside and you're out. My second exit would be the door if I had to. This room actually has 2 bedroom windows that they could get out of if they needed to. But I'm going back into the destruction, and then we'll go back out front. But quite remarkable as you look at the destruction in the hallway, in that doorway, and you can see that impingement up there, and yet this room is pretty much untouched. I mean, there is some soot and some things like that, but for the most part, it is untouched. Now going back into the hallway, just look at the difference. Boom, and boom. Miraculous. It is amazing how well a bedroom door protects. Okay, Now we're looking back down the hallway. We're going to work our way back down the hallway, and then we'll go outside and take just an exterior look from the outside. There's kind of an interesting shot. You can see the destruction that it does to outlets, to switches, to everything else. Just quite amazing. Okay. Another view of the kitchen. And this is quite typical of what a house looks like after a fire. All the sheetrock will come down, the insulation will come down, and it'll just be a big mess. Not quite ready to entertain guests here tonight. But they're entertaining us and hopefully educating us by allowing us to look in here and see the difference that just some basic fire safety tips can make. Again, this is the bedroom window where the young lad was brought out. Front door, you can see how it got up into the soffit up front here. Now we're going to take a walk around the side of the house, around the back of the house, and let you look at the exterior of that. Fire crews stated that they could see the fire from a couple of blocks away, so we had a lot of smoke coming out of this window, from what I understand, and some fire coming out of this window. Let's get around to the back. Now see, that's something that is very concerning when firefighters arrive on something like this and they see car seats. They know that there are little ones involved. You can see the electrical line down here in the backyard. That creates another hazard. As long as that's live, it's a little bit scary for our guys. I'm going to back up here in the backyard. Again, an awful lot of fire in this small home. Okay, well, this is Fire Marshal Bob, and I'm just going to say to everybody out there, be smart, be safe, and for heaven's sakes, be ready. All right, well, there you have a glimpse into a firefighter's life and a firefighter's job and some of the things that they face. That was very typical of what a house fire looks like afterwards. A lot of times we're able to contain it to a room, and so we have a room and content fire, and then there's a lot of just smoke damage. But where this fire had free access, it was able to develop and just overwhelm the fire load that was in that house. Once again, I just want to stress with all my heart that if you have little ones, teach them to sleep with the door closed. We talked about last week about having your family have that escape plan, and you saw how well that room was protected. It'd be scary, but you know what? It would be survivable if they had to go out the windows. It would give them a little more time to get out safely. So we recommend that you keep the doors closed, and if there's a house fire, don't leave the front door open. When everybody's out, close that, and don't break the windows out, because that just fuels the fire and makes it grow exponentially and just makes it a terrible thing. Fire is so destructive. Remember last week we talked about the first 5 minutes of a fire and how in that 5th minute, if you didn't listen, you wouldn't be able to get out. Well, that video proves my point. It just shows you how fast that the fire can develop. And like I said, by the time the fire crews got there, which was not long, the fire station is relatively close to where this house is at, less than a mile away, actually about 3/4 of a mile away. They could see the fire before they got there. A couple blocks out, they could see the fire in the sky. And for heaven's sakes, they did a great job when they got there, and they knocked it down. But please, 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 take the time to make an escape plan for your family. Take the time to talk about it and practice it. Teach your children and you to sleep with your bedroom doors closed. And please make sure you have working smoke detectors in your home. This is Fire Marshal Bob Fitzgerald from West Valley City Fire Department and Brave Haven Media. We want to thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope that everybody out there is safe. And we say God bless, and remember, be smart, be safe, and certainly be ready. Thank you.